Something strange wandered the streets of Easton. A hooded figure described as more goblin than man. Was it a ghost, a creature, or just mass hysteria? Tonight, we crack one open and explore the eerie legend of the Goblin Monk of Easton. Raise it high, cold beer stories under the sky. Cryptids crawling, ghosts in the grave. Something calling your name again. We don't run, we don't hide. We just take it in stride. One more round, one more side.
What's going on, crackheads? Welcome back to another episode of the Crackin' Cans Cast, the podcast where we crack open a cold one and dive into the weird, the haunted, and the straight up cursed. I'm one half of the Crackin' Can duo, Corey. Sitting over here is Mike, and we fixin' to throw another episode at y'all.
Yeah. We're staying in the great home state of Pennsylvania for this one.
Yes.
Easton, home of the Easton Bats.
Is this your first Pennsylvania topic? I feel like I've done a bunch, but I don't know if you've done any.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't think you have. I'm going to say this is your first one.
Okay. Might be right.
Hell yeah.
Now I'm thinking. I'm trying to think. Nope, Mothman. So we're
Yeah, we just claimed him.
West Virginia. You have enough. Send them up north. It's time for us to get a little something. So yeah, if you guys are new here, welcome. We're the Crackin' Cans Cast. We're a bunch of goofballs that just talk cryptids and paranormal and all kind of crazy dumb stuff. Because that's just what we do.
Mm-hmm.
We're two friends. We pair everything up with a beer. We have a lot of fun. And if you like us, make sure to go over to Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Subscribe, like, share. Let us know what you think. Comment. And if you really, really like us, give us a 5-star review. You don't even, if you kind of like us, just give us a 5-star review on whatever you're listening to us on. Really helps grow the cast. We haven't said it in a while, but if you give us a 5-star review and you email us a screenshot of your review with your address, we'll send you some Crackin' Can stickers so you can have a little bit of swag while you're rocking around your town. So.
And if there's a topic you want to hear, shoot us an email, crackincanscast@gmail.com, and we'll look into it and see if it's something that we want to do for you guys.
Always. Give me a good spooky one. We haven't had a good spooky one in a while.
Yeah, well, we were kind of like spooked out
We're
for a while.
spookied out after Paranormal.
Yeah.
How is it?
Paranuary. I got you.
Why do I throw so many? I add 7 syllables to
know.
it. When I start, I feel like I get Paranormal.
You get lost and you just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much my brain in a nutshell right there.
Yeah, it is.
And if you haven't checked out our Thursday releases, every Tuesday you're going to get our normal Crackin' Cans release. That's what you're listening to right now. We're going to bring you a topic. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be around an hour long. We're going to have fun. We're going to have beer mixed in with it. But on Thursdays, we're doing stuff a little bit different. We have our cryptid minisodes, we have interviews, and we have current events that we're going to be rocking out every Thursday. So go ahead and go check those out. It'll be much shorter, so they won't take up as much of your time.
Interviews might be around.
The interview or longer. Yeah.
Yeah.
We try and keep the interviews to around an hour, but when we start having good times with people, you never know how long it's going to be.
Hell yeah.
So, for this episode, I'm taking us to Trogues Brewery again for our beer. Too old, or as the non-locals call it, Troags. It's Trogues. It's simple and it's smooth, just like their Perpetual IPA.
I like that. That was nice.
Perpetual IPA also being the #1 selling IPA in the great state of Pennsylvania. And at Trogues, artisanal meets mechanical in a state of IPA we call Perpetual. Cycling through our hop-back vessel and dry hopping method, this bold Imperial Pale Ale emerges rife with sticky citrus rind, pine balm, and tropical fruit. This is a 7.5%er, and it is available year-round in the straw and golden color. And for the tie-in, listen.
Oh, God.
Not all tie-ins are good. This is probably going to be one that's not going to be as good. I've been doing pretty good with the tie-ins lately.
I've been. Yeah.
I've been trying. I didn't try that hard for this one. So tonight we're going to be talking about the Goblin Monk of Easton, where most of us like to live in a state of perpetual hope, hoping for great things. Christmas, New Year's, other things that we perpetually hope on. This goblin was perpetually hoping on taking all your money and maybe part of your soul. He was evil, angry. And tonight you're going to listen and hear all about him. Let's cheers ski to the petty.
I really thought you were going to say, like, Easton's only so far from Hershey.
That probably would have been better, to be honest with you. Just all I can think is we live in perpetual hope.
Yeah.
And I can just picture some little girl in a Christmas movie saying it. Christmas is the season of perpetual hope and love and kindness. And that's not what this goblin's going to bring you. This goblin's going to bring you just some angry, awesome stuff.
Hell yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, something too. Perpetual. I think it was maybe like a year ago. I challenged every other state to send us a beer that is better than Perpetual.
Yeah, your state.
So,
and I want it to be like your state's, what is your state's best-selling IPA?
That's what I want.
Yes. Whatever your state is best known for, send it here. Because Perpetual is my go-to beer.
Oh, yeah.
It's what I'm grabbing. If I am going to do pretty much anything, I don't feel like looking at the beer store. I'm just going to grab a 12-pack of Perpetual, and I'm going to drink that son of a gun down because it is delicious.
Say, Trogs, we don't want a sponsorship like just from Trogs. I mean, we'll take it, but we'll also just take a straight up Perpetual sponsorship.
Or a machine. A Perpetual machine. Do you imagine one? You just press a button and it's like, boop. It's not a keg, though, or anything like that. It's an actual machine that brews it and cold crashes it, so it's cold when you get it.
Yeah. And they have a guy that comes like once a week or once every other week to make sure it's all running.
Yeah, and to clean the spigot.
Yeah.
Because I'm probably going to have my lips wrapped around it at least once a week.
I have something wrapped around it, but
Ooh, okay.
I don't know what. But anyway, with that, what do you want to describe the beer anymore? I mean, the folks know. We've talked about Perpetual before.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just good.
It's delicious.
It's definitely got a little more of a, it's got a maltiness to it that I don't think you would expect out of like hardcore IPA like this. But it ends with that perfect bitter. It's just, I don't know. It's the best.
It is.
It's the best. It's the best Pennsylvania has to offer. Just like me and Corey, and just like we're going to talk about this goblin right now.
I'm ready to go.
I don't have any sauces.
Okay.
Forgot to write it down.
Let's just go. Let's get into it.
All right. So, Corey, before we get into talking about this goblin, we have to understand a little bit of the background on him. See, this creature started as a monk. So I kind of thought, I didn't really know that much about a monk. What makes a monk compared to like a priest or, I didn't, do you know the difference?
No, I always thought one just kind of like lived in like a.
Yeah, but isolation almost.
Yeah, isolation.
Yeah.
You did an episode on a monk, didn't you?
I did
the Black Monk.
Yeah, the Black Monk. So that was like a haunting in Britain. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I should really like that one. And that one was a cool beer time because we drank the beer that's brewed by monks. It's been brewed for like 300 years by them. And I was thinking about going with something like that again for this episode, but I thought I'd mix it up. I just really wanted Perpetual is all it really boiled down to.
Hell yeah.
I've been trying to, I've thought of using a Perpetual for a beer tie-in for quite some time.
Yeah. I've considered it before.
I've had perpetual hope on my brain forever. But so to get into monks a little bit and kind of get a background, they live in monasteries, often secluded. They spend lots of their day in prayer, labor, and study. And I always think, like when I think of monks, I always think of labor, and I also think of kung fu. Like Shaolin monks and all their kung fu powers and stuff like that.
I think of that too.
So they usually don't deal heavily with the public, which makes this story a little odd, but not totally unlikely. Now, we're going to learn here shortly that this monk was well respected in society, and many people put a lot of trust into him. So where do you think that's going to take us? Probably not anywhere good.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Usually doesn't.
No, usually, yeah. We haven't had a good monk yet on this cast. Not saying they're not. Could be Adrian Monk from the show Monk. But no, it's not him. So this is where the story begins, around the end of the 1700s, beginning of 1800s. Not an exact date, not great records on the actual incident, but either way.
And we're talking Easton, PA.
Easton, PA. So in the early days of Easton, when the town still sat close to the wilderness and isolation shaped daily life, trust carried a different weight than it does today. People live surrounded by neighbors, but still everyone has their secrets. Secrets that they never wanted to get out. Secrets that could ruin their lives. But it's a weight on people. It's a burden to carry those kind of secrets. Even today, we all have secrets. But that's when they decided that, hey, there is a local monastery right up the road. There's monks there. Why don't we go talk to them? These are religious men. These are men of God. These are people we can trust. We can air our dirty laundry out to, and they can help us through it, get us on the right track, get us back to the Lord. And he was the one who listened. A quiet, disciplined, religious figure who held a position of deep trust within the community. People would sneak over to talk to him or invite him over under the cover of darkness. They wouldn't want their neighbors to know what they were talking about. They wouldn't want the neighbors to know that the monk's coming over. But still, confession after confession passed through him. Sins, betrayal, shameful acts that people believed were buried in the moment and thought that they would never speak to, but they needed to get off their chest. They just needed an ear to talk to, someone to trust, and who better than a man of God? And for a time, that's exactly what he offered them. A listening ear, gentle guidance, and the promise of forgiveness. So, Corey, I figured this is a perfect time for us to tell each other, under the cover of darkness, since we record at night, our deepest, darkest secrets that we would never want anyone to know. I'll let you go first. Don't hold back. People won't judge you for stuff like this. Pretend I'm the monk.
I like to smell behind my ears.
Dude, so do I. That is weird.
Yeah.
I do that, though.
Yeah, it's out there.
It's cheesy.
Yeah, dude. Like if I'm fixing for like some Cooper cheese and we don't have any.
Well, I don't go that like. It doesn't like quench my hunger or anything.
I don't
like that.
Start licking it or anything like that.
Well, you could.
Yeah.
There is a little bit of ear cheese.
What about when you're cutting your toenails?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, me neither.
Go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
No.
You chew on them?
No, I don't chew on them.
What do you do with them?
Smell my fingers.
Okay.
It also smells like cheese.
Okay. Yeah. I never smelled.
Try it.
See, a little from under cheese from under your toenails. That's what I always heard.
My wife already knows, so she thinks I'm weird for it. So you figure you guys can know too.
So I got mine, and I've confided in Corey about this one, but it's about time I got it off my chest. Sometimes this is hard. Sometimes on the way home from recording, I get 2 Sheetz hot dogs on the way home. And typically when I walk into my kitchen, I bark and I look at my cat and I tell him I got that dog in me.
Hey, what? Why don't you tell all the people that didn't you stand there the one time for a long time waiting for your hot dog?
Oh yeah. Last time, yeah. So last time, like Sheetz, I don't know, like Sheetz is like a Wawa or
but
like
better.
Or like Buc-ee's is that way. You order food on a little computer and they send it up there. So I'm the only person in Sheetz because it's like 11 o'clock at night on like a Wednesday night or whatever, and it's like, man, I gotta get that dog in me. So I ordered my dogs. And I'm sitting there waiting. It's like, holy, this is taking forever. I look up, and there's been a bag sitting there for at least 5 minutes. And at this point, I kind of realized I'm the only person in the store, so there is a very good chance that those have been my hot dogs sitting there.
How do you approach that? Like, do you just look around and just like quickly walk up and grab it?
No, so I did it like super casual. I kind of went up and looked at my number, and looked at my receipt. And then I just kind of tucked tail and walked out, Like, oh, crap, I thought it was a different number. And it's like, sir, There's nobody else in the store. You are the number. We didn't even have to give you a number. When the bag's up there, it's yours.
Yours.
Yeah. So that wasn't great. And then I think it was that was the same night I sent you a picture that I said I got that dog in me and I had the mustard down the front of my shirt.
Yeah. You got it in you or on you?
Yeah, I had it all over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that dog in me. That's probably one of my ear cheese, though. That is a good one. I do like a little ear cheese.
Well, try a little like toe cheese. Just tell me what you think.
No, never seen my toes. That's a whole different type of cheese. Yeah. So I do have other questions. So how do you think the psychology in someone changes when they're told all these secrets? Because I feel like that is a burden on somebody to start hearing all the, we could be talking about some deep secrets, affairs.
Yeah.
There could be sexual abuse going on in some of these secrets. This is a different time period.
Yeah, it could be a lot of different crimes and stuff.
Yeah. I feel like it's all right. So I have an example in my life of what I think of when, like, it hit me very hard psychologically when you told me the story about when you swallowed a lead ball. That was, I can't look at you the same because I just think that there's a lead ball in your gut right now. Because that thing did not dissolve.
Yeah, I know.
It's there. I feel like if you jump up and down, I'll hear a splashing noise and it'll be that ball hitting the beer in your gut right now.
Yeah.
But it's stories like that changes the way you look at people.
Yeah.
Freaking lead ball. That's crazy.
I know.
I'm never going to actually recover from knowing that you swallowed a lead ball.
I know, it's slowly just eating away at me.
At your brain, I think.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I think so.
But in seriousness, he had to start seeing people differently. You know what I mean?
I mean, I could tell you when I worked with juveniles and started like treatment and stuff like that and started hearing some of the stuff that some of these kids have been through, like it messed with like my brain and stuff.
Yeah, it's a heavy weight to carry.
So I mean, I can't imagine all the different types of crimes or traumatic events, just everything that's going on that they're talking about.
Yeah.
Unless you got some perverted monk who's getting off on this stuff.
No, it's not really what we're gonna get to.
I didn't think so. Yeah, no, I thought this is gonna take a turn soon for the darkness.
Yeah, it didn't like tickle his fancies.
No, I didn't think so. I wasn't getting that impression.
But yeah, so I know we've been joking, but in all seriousness, it is hard.
Definitely mess you up.
And that's when the change started to happen in the monk. It didn't happen all at once. It kind of started with an awareness. He had a realization that no one else in the town held that kind of access like he did. He knew who had lied, who had stolen, who had betrayed others behind closed doors. He knew exactly where people were vulnerable.
He probably knew where people lived and stuff too.
He went to a lot of people's houses.
Yeah.
Like he knew them like in an intimate setting where they confessed a lot of this stuff.
So he started getting power from this is what I'm assuming.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, he knew where, like, figuratively where the bodies were buried. You know what I mean? Like, he knew it.
Yeah.
He knew, like, he was able to hold this power over people. And the first time he acted on it, it was subtle. It was just like a quiet suggestion. The person on the other side understood immediately what was being asked and what would happen if he refused, but it was started. It was just subtle little bit of blackmail. Hey, if you give me a little money, we can get through this. If you do this for me, we can get through this. Now, the extent of what he asked, we don't know. Mm-hmm. It could have been some nasty stuff. We don't know. But in that moment, when that person agreed, because they did agree to it for a long time, most of the people would. They'd pay him money, do whatever, because they didn't want their secrets to get out.
Dude, I worked for the aging office for a while, like working with vulnerable older adults and stuff. And I might have told you this before, but like
guy that had the grill in his
No, we're not gonna get started on that guy. No, televangelists, big time crooks, big time.
Yeah.
I had this one lady that she was giving $1,000 away like weekly to one of the televangelists, and it just made me think, like, with you going over this, it made me think of like them and all the money they're getting. And
I mean, it's very similar. It is.
Yeah, and so like that aspect, but then I was thinking about this lady too. She she was an older lady, like she was probably, I don't know, maybe in her 80s.
She got that dog in her.
No, so she was giving money away, like okay, that was happening, but then she was also putting cash under her TV because she thought it was going to the
So that worked out well
televangelist.
for her.
Yeah.
I mean, in that way, it worked out well that she doesn't understand how money works
Yeah.
per se.
But like they were like wiring, like she was actually giving them money, but then
Yeah.
she was putting cash like underneath the TV,
Like giving them tips.
Yeah, 'cause she thought it
It's
was
like,
going to them.
I gave you your $1,000, but here's a
Yeah.
$20 tip because that was a hell of a sermon you just gave me.
Yeah. But the like the workers at the nursing home or whatever she was at, they would just like put it back in like her purse and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
like
So she's been cycling that same $20 under the
Yeah.
TV for
yeah,
weeks.
yeah.
So like I would be that guy at a nursing home where I'd be like, man, I really want a candy bar. I'm gonna go to so and so's TV. I'll pay it back.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna steal her money, but I'll pay her
Yeah,
back.
I'll give her half the candy bar.
Yeah, it's like we'll share it. I don't care. I'll get a Twix. She can have one.
Yeah.
I saw a thing online where it was a Twix bar, and it's like, I really like a Twix bar because it's 2 candy bars in one. So I can split them open, I can eat the one, and then I can just eat the other one. Like, who shares a Twix bar? Nobody
Yeah.
shares a Twix bar.
No.
But back to the monk. So with this first person that he was able to blackmail, that's when everything changed. A bribe here, a favor there, and suddenly he could see the power he had access to. He quickly realized that people would give up if they knew that their secret would come out. All of a sudden, they were at his mercy. It wasn't spiritual anymore, but literally, he was holding them captive. If it didn't seem like he was going to get what he wanted, he would make subtle threats. Not harsh, but in a way that he was almost twisting their arm to get what he wanted. With this, the entire town of Easton started to change. Because everybody in this town is confiding in this monk at this point. So can you imagine what kind of control he started to gain over people? Well, it's scary to think what like even somebody like me or you would do if we had control over essentially an entire town.
Yeah.
I know what I would do.
What?
I would have him close off the center street of town at the end of every January. We would celebrate my birthday. There'd be a parade for
Our
me.
birthday.
Our birthday, yes,
Yeah.
since your Facebook changed. You
Yeah.
can come, yeah. You can be an elf because I want to be dressed like Santa even though we're in January.
Okay.
That's my goal in life. And I'm working on it. I got the grays in my
Yeah.
beard. I'm working good on it.
Mine's coming too, yeah.
I want to be a Santa Claus. That's what I've always since I was a kid. I've always wanted to be not a mall Santa, but like one that rides in the small town parades and stuff like that.
Like a real Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm fixing to replace our Santa in town.
Well, you know what you got to do?
Kill him.
Yeah, knock him off the roof. Put on his coat.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah.
kill him. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he dies. I think he just retires.
But I know where the actual Santa lives.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah, I was thinking about just killing him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well,
Good.
Like maybe I could figure out his secrets, blackmail him.
Yeah.
Hey there, Hefty, you give me the suit, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But at this time, the town began to feel it. People grew quieter, conversations shortened. All of a sudden, nobody trusted anybody. Something unseen was moving beneath the surface of everyday life, tightening around the community in a way no one could fully explain. But finally, he realized what happens when you meet someone that you can't control and manipulate. He encountered someone who would not yield. An older woman who, she didn't have anything. She didn't have there's no fear, there's no money. You've met those old, especially like an old lady that don't give a shit.
Dude, I met many when I had to go into their house.
Oh yeah, dude. It's like next level.
Yeah.
When you meet an old lady that just don't give a shit about nothing. And in that refusal, something within the monk broke. What followed was not planned or controlled. It was a total collapse. A moment where fear, anger, and desperation overtook him entirely. The situation escalated, and in that moment, a line was crossed that could not be undone.
He killed her.
He killed her. In his mind, it was the only way to control her. If she wasn't going to give him what he wanted, he was going to take her life as payment, and her death changed everything. This broke the entire town. Everyone realized that this couldn't go on any longer. Rumors turned into accusations. Accusations turned into truth. And once the pattern of manipulation and silence was exposed, there was nothing left to protect him. And he was arrested. So what are your thoughts so far?
I mean, I guess... So there was no point in time where the community realized what was going on here until this older lady, until that situation. Like, the town didn't kind of put it together.
No,
like,
so I think what was going on in this whole entire town is everybody knew that they were being blackmailed.
Yeah.
They thought it was just them being blackmailed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they're not talking about what they're talking about.
Right,
him,
and when the monk was visiting them, or when they were visiting the monk, they were doing it over the cover of night because they were embarrassed, and they knew if their neighbor saw them going to see the monk or the monk coming over, that they were going to be confessing some kind of sin to him.
Yeah.
So in that, everybody just kind of hid, squirreled away.
The other thing I'm thinking too is, okay, now he murders this lady. He goes against all of his values and everything that, the church says he has to do as a monk.
I mean, he's already been, he's past. I mean, he's already past
Yeah,
that though. And
but I mean, now it's
yeah,
the worst of the worst.
Right.
He took somebody's
Yeah.
life. So
Yeah.
now, there's no turning. Maybe some of the other stuff he could have just stopped and
threw it in the offering basket.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, done, something. But now,
Yeah.
okay, now you took somebody's life. Like, now you're done. Like, it's over the top. So now what?
The one thing I was thinking is, if I'm a monk and monks are living in the monastery, it's not like they're paying rent or anything. What do you need money for? At that point, it really is just about power.
Yeah.
To just see what you can get out of people.
It'd be so boring just being a monk.
I don't know. Maybe it won't be that bad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
As long as they got NFL Sunday ticket.
They probably
in
do.
that monastery.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
They probably have it year round.
Year round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's it's good.
Yeah.
Being a monk ain't that bad. They got a whole other
Yeah.
season that nobody knows about except for the
I'd
monks.
take it. I would do it for that.
I mean, it's like people that look at the Amish and it's like, man, being an Amish kind of sucks. It's like, I don't know.
Is it true they really don't have to pay taxes? Or is that just a
I don't
rumor?
know. I never looked at
I've
their
always heard
bills.
I've always heard that they don't have to pay taxes.
I don't know.
But I don't know if that's just a rumor or not.
You know where Amish have it figured out when it comes to like insurance and injuries and stuff like that, because they don't have insurance or anything. So when somebody is in a horrible accident, literally the whole entire community just has a fund. They just show up there with briefcases of
cash,
money,
yeah.
and it's like, how much is the bill? It'll be like, oh, it's $90,000. They just lay it on the table and walk out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, there's such a sense of community there that I really do think they have it in ways figured out more than we do.
Yeah.
Because us as a human race have lost our sense of community so much.
Oh, yeah.
It's like gone. But anyways, beer break.
Beer break. Oh, we're back from that beer break, and we're ready to get into more of this monkey business.
Monkey business. I like that. So back to the monkey business. So we're on to the trial, and the trial was quick. The outcome was certain. There were more witnesses than they could count. Everyone started to come forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they weren't afraid of speaking out against him, because they quickly realized that in numbers he would never be able to speak out against them. He couldn't share all of their secrets, and the verdict was in, and he was sentenced to death.
Ooh.
And
hanging.
We'll get there.
All right.
And as the days passed, leading toward his execution, those watching him began to notice something unsettling. And it was hard to define. It was like a wrongness in the way he looked, a distance in his expression, as if whatever he had been before was already dead. And on the day of his execution, the crowd had gathered expecting an ending that would close the chapter on everything that had happened. The rope, the fall, the stillness afterwards. It was supposed to bring relief. It was supposed to bring him closure. And for a moment it did. His body hung there lifeless, motionless, the weight of everything that he had done finally reduced to something still and quiet. His voice would be silenced for eternity. Their secrets would be kept forever. And the town stood watching, waiting for the last of their fear to leave with him. But it didn't. Because after he was cut down and pronounced dead, something about the scene didn't feel quite right. It was subtle at first, a tension that didn't belong. Like everybody could feel. It was almost like there was some sort of evil presence
like he
there.
was dead, but he was still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was like a tenseness. I feel like it's when you walk into a place that's just an evil place and you feel that tension as soon as you walk in.
Yeah.
That's what they all started feeling there. Because this shouldn't have been a tense moment. In a way, this should have been a time to celebrate. Ding dong, the monk is dead. Which old monk? The wicked monk.
Yeah.
Ding dong, the wicked monk is dead.
You that in your notes or no? That just
He's
came up?
become where the goblins go
Shit.
below. But that's when his body moved. It wasn't gradual. It wasn't uncertain. It was abrupt, a violent shaking. And he started to change in front of everyone watching. His face distorted, shifting in ways that no human body should be able to endure. Bone and flesh pulled into unnatural angles, as if something inside him was forcing its way outward. The monk as they knew him was quickly turning into something much more vile. Small tusks pushed through his face. His hair, once kept nice and simple, grew longer, thin, and wispy, darkening as if it had absorbed something from the air around it. His mouth stretched, teeth sharpened into what looked like teeth of a bloodthirsty animal, like it was some kind of predator. And then his eyes opened. Bright yellow eyes. Even in daylight, they did not dim. They stood there. What stood there was no longer a man, and that's when he started to rise up from the ground. His feet and toes changed, growing claws and morphing into just nasty-ass big old freaking Corey feet.
Cheesy feet.
The cheesy feet, yeah. People watching didn't wait to understand. They freaking ran.
Hell
'Cause
yeah.
that's what I always like. People that are like, oh, like in the movies, this whole scene happens where somebody morphs into like a werewolf or just some big nasty creature, and they're just standing there like, holy crap! It's like, what are you doing there?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
And it's like it's not like it happens quick, you know what I mean?
No,
Like
it's like a full like
process.
2-3 minutes long, and they're like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh!
Like,
it's
I could
Godzilla.
be in my truck and like the next town over.
Yeah, but you remember when I had that dream about you?
Yeah,
You won't go to your truck
You're right.
because that's what I wanted you to do. That was the only logical thing. Michael Myers chasing Corey and I. It's like, Corey, your truck's right there. And you're like, yeah, but I forgot something. And you went running the other way. It's like, yeah, but he's there. He's going to kill you. I know you died. I didn't see it,
Yeah.
but I know you're dead.
Yeah.
And at that point, I just left you. If you're going to be dumb enough to run
Yeah,
that
I mean,
way, what am I going to do?
I don't blame you.
Yeah. Screams broke the silence. And whatever order the town had maintained collapsed instantly into a panic. Those who had come to witness justice now scattered into chaos, unable to process what they had seen. Some called for prayer, others for help, but none of it meant anything anymore. Even the clergy, those who had once stood beside him in the monastery, could not bring themselves to stay. And just like that, this new creature had emerged and just got up and just ran. It makes me laugh to just think like he just jumps up like, and just runs right into the woods.
Well, I picture it being like this whole scene where it's like this vicious creature and like everybody's like, you know, like frozen in fear and stuff because this gross, vicious creature is forming. And then after like the final piece of the formation happens, then he takes off.
That's pretty much. I mean, that's more or less how it happened. Yeah.
It's like holy shit! Like they're, you know, it's this vicious creature, and then he's just like, meh, like you said, meh,
Yeah, and I
I
picture him, and he looks like I picture him, and I know it's not exactly how I described him and stuff, but I picture him looking like the leprechaun from the movies Leprechaun. You know what I mean?
That's kind of like what I'm picturing.
So he just runs into the woods.
I'm picturing Danny McBride from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but the Nightman Cometh episode.
Okay.
Yeah, he's dressed. I think he's a goblin.
Yeah, is that when they have the play?
Yeah,
Or no?
yeah,
Or is it
the
okay?
play,
Yeah. And Frank's the troll.
Or yeah, that's what I mean. Frank, he's troll. He's a
Oh,
troll.
okay,
Did I say Frank or did I?
You said you
Did I
didn't
say
say
Danny DeVito?
Yeah, I think you said Danny McBride.
Oh, well.
But yeah, DeVito. Okay.
Danny DeVito.
Dude, my brain
the
was
troll.
like, damn,
I'm sorry.
McBride was on
No,
Always
no,
Sunny.
no.
Like, maybe you did say DeVito, but my brain went to McBride. But yeah,
Danny DeVito, the troll. Yeah, it was a troll.
yeah,
not
my
a goblin.
favorite in that episode is when because it's Charlie that wrote it, and you know how like when he writes it makes no sense at all. So he reads
He
this
writes
whole
with
part.
pictures.
Yeah, and Frank's just like, Charlie, can I be the troll? And Charlie's like, I actually wrote this just for you, Frank. And he goes, I knew it.
Yeah.
I just think of peanut butter and fluff, just like us.
You gotta pay the troll toll to
you
get
got-
into this
yeah.
boy's hole.
You gotta pay the toll, the troll toll. But see, after this thing vanished into the woods, it didn't end there. Because it would return at night. So what are your thoughts on this whole... So this is the whole scene of the execution.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on at this execution scene. He was hung. He was cut down. So he did die, as far as I could tell. He was hung, died, cut down, pronounced dead, and that's when all this happened.
I got couple things I'm thinking about here in my brain. The one is I mean you'll probably get into some theories and stuff, but this I might be
No theories on this one.
So I'm thinking that when this guy was a monk, he had good intentions in the beginning. Good intentions. I think one of the people that came to confess something to him might have been possessed, had a demon inside of them, and for whatever reason, when they went to talk to this monk, the demon left them and went inside him.
Which would make sense because I would feel like him as a vessel is like a perfect
way
vessel
to get into like
you're able to manipulate an entire town.
Yeah. And then I think this demon just slowly took over and it got more powerful.
After death, it was able to actually like manifest into a creature.
Yeah, that's kind of what I think.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I was also getting I mean, not as gruesome and stuff because this dude just kind of ran away, but I was also getting some like Jersey Devil vibes from this when it just turned into like the creature.
Yeah.
But that's kind of my my thoughts, my theory.
Yeah. And so obviously we have a story that went from just evil man to a crazy, I guess, paranormal type of event. This man went from man to goblin in seconds. If this showed up in modern times, what do you think the first thing that the internet would call it? Like this, Reddit. This has a Reddit post written all over it. What would the name of this thing be on Reddit?
The Easton Demon.
The Easton Demon. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I feel like we probably would go very demonic. But it surprises me back then with how religious they were and everything. I almost wonder if they referred to it as a goblin over a demon because it was a religious man. So in their mind, a religious man could never be actually affected by a demon because a man of God could not succumb to something like this, you know?
Yeah, so they went, that makes sense.
So after the execution, after the panic, after whatever people claim they saw in that moment, the story doesn't stop there. It just spreads out. And all I could think of is how a town will react to something like this now. I know we don't have public executions like we used to.
Darn it.
Yeah, I know. But could you imagine how people would be today if this execution did happen? He was cut down, hit the ground.
Dude, everybody have their phones out.
That's what I was thinking. Like people would be on Google. Like, what do you do when a man comes back as a goblin thing?
Yeah.
And
it's going off of AI.
Yeah, and AI would be like, it's no goblin thing. Don't worry about him because he would be part AI.
Yeah.
I would even think people might even think that it's not that crazy. After in the past couple of years, we've had some just crazy ass stories came out.
Oh yeah,
like just over and over and over.
Yeah.
I mean, they're freaking people eating babies, doing blood rituals. There's
Yeah.
UFO sightings. There's freaking Bigfoot flaps. There's all this kind of stuff going on. Is it really that crazy that a man just turned into a goblin?
Tubes of lube, you know.
Tubes of lube. You got freaking. what the hell? I don't even remember.
People getting peed on and shit on, and yeah.
Hey, that's a normal night at my house.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Yeah, Craigslist.
what, Craigslist?
Yeah, that's where if you need to get peed on or something, or want to pee on somebody, that's where you go. Craigslist. You never heard that?
No.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, it's not something I ever looked that hard into.
I mean, I've never looked either.
Whatever,
but...
cheesy. But in the days that followed, the focus shifted away from the gallows and back towards the forest that this goblin ran into. At first, it's just rumors, small things. People saying they saw movement there, shapes between the trees at night, sounds that don't match any animal they recognize. But it was nothing concrete. It was just all hearsay. But then the disappearances happened. One monk, then another. Always after dark, always without explanation.
You're saying the monks are disappearing?
The monks are disappearing. Because you remember at his execution, when everything started to change, these monks they ran back to the monastery. They didn't stay there in any kind of support. They never had his back through the trials. None of that.
They must have knew this dude was a scumbag.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. When you go into his room and he's got 38 gold bars in there and you only get paid in bread. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, something's up. No clear pattern anyone could confidently track, just absence where presence used to be. And that's when the remaining brothers made a decision. They bounced. Not gradually, not over time. They abandoned the mission entirely, taking what little they could carry and leaving behind everything else. The place that once represented structure, faith, and purpose was now left totally empty. And once it's empty, it stayed that way. And the mission never becomes a new chapter of life. So do you think the monks left because of real danger, or because once this kind of... Because my thought was, once this kind of story starts to spread, there's an evil monk there, are you going to get the backlash from his actions? So is that why you leave?
I mean, I think if they were seeing other monks getting picked off...
Yeah, if that part was true.
If that was true.
And that's hard to know if that part was true or not.
I mean, if you're going off of that, then it'd be like, well, shit, like, there's only two of us left.
What am I doing here?
Yeah.
You look around and it's like, oh, I'm it. So, I'm out of here.
My other 10 brothers are dead.
Yeah.
So it's just me.
Well, we don't know if they're dead. They're just missing.
Yeah, they're missing. So, yeah, I don't blame them for, going to Oregon and becoming hipsters and starting a gluten-free brewery. I don't.
Man, you should fault them for a gluten-free brewery, though.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, don't let them get away with that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, at what point does this place become haunted? Just because the people there now, let's say we don't know the monks are killed or anything like that. We don't know. So, what point does this place become haunted? Just because the people in the town think it's haunted, if that makes sense. Like, all of a sudden, you just wake up one day and you're just like, yeah, that dude got hung and he ran into the woods. This place is freaking cooked. This place is cooked, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because that's what I always thought. These places, they don't, I guess in a way, they do just become haunted overnight.
Yeah.
In some ways, And there's even tales of modern day interest in the goblin. The story hasn't disappeared. It's still talked about in Easton. But even with that, there are some problems when you look into the story. So, it doesn't exist in the official historical records. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
They don't want it to exist. That's why they...
Yeah, and there's no confirmed monastery tied to the exact events. But whatever, they just don't want people to know about it.
Yeah, just like the UFOs and stuff.
There's no verified execution that matches the details. Well, piss on you. You weren't there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no preserved documents that anchor it to a specific, provable timeline. Yes.
Yeah, well.
Suck our balls. We don't need that kind of freaking timeline.
Yeah, just because it's not in a fucking book.
Yeah, pretty much. And yes, people still think about it. Now, do you think this is more of a tale of what happens when you take advantage of an entire town? Almost as a way to scare people away from trying to take advantage of an entire town?
So we talking like urban legend?
Yeah, I guess in that way, yeah.
You asking me?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I don't know if you're asking me or them.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm getting urban legend vibes. I could see it as being a tale not to take advantage of people.
It seemed that way.
Yeah.
And I even think, like, what if this town did have a monk that did something like this? Instead of trying him, finding him guilty, doing all that, the town just did their own kind of revenge on him. And after that, it's like, oh, yeah, you'll turn into a freaking goblin. You do that to us.
Yeah.
You know? So it'd be a way to keep these freaks out of here. But why the look of the goblin? And that really might have to do with a lot of goblin folklore. See, in folklore, a goblin is a small humanoid creature often described as twisted or unsettling in appearance, more uncanny than outright monstrous. This seems to be what people think they saw when they saw the monk. Not on the outside even, but within. He was just a nasty, ugly, gross human being. You know?
So he might have been getting off on some of these.
Well, you never know.
Now that I'm hearing that.
Also, goblins are typically associated with dark or hidden places, caves, forests, old ruins, and tunnels beneath the earth.
Monasteries.
Appearing where something feels just slightly out of place. So he ran into the woods. He crept deep into the darkness, which could lean into this notion. And also across different traditions, goblins are rarely uniform. Sometimes they're mischievous tricksters who steal. Yeah. Other times they're more hostile, being blamed for disappearances, strange noises, unexplained misfortune. What ties them together in their role is an explanation for the uncomfortable and unknown. Beings that exist in the margins of human understanding where fear and imagination meet. And think of what this guy stole. Something that you can't put a price on. He stole their peace. He manipulated them in their worst times, in their worst fears. He used that against them. I don't know. So it makes sense why, even if the town did essentially make this almost like a folklore to keep people away, why they would pick a goblin-like spirit to do it. Because it is a lot of what he did. One of the other probably most interesting theories is a supernatural punishment angle, and this revolves around a few different things. So you have a person that breaks a sacred rule and becomes cursed. The sacred rule, I would assume, would be your vow as a monk. Mm-hmm. Someone steals from a grave and is haunted afterwards. Slightly different, but you're still stealing from people. Could you be haunted in that in the afterlife? And the other way of like a supernatural punishment would be a spirit causes bad luck, illness, madness, or revenge, which in a way could be what you talked about, where he talked to somebody. They basically gave him their demon or whatever it was. So in folklore, creatures like witches, goblins, and demons punish greedy, lying, or disrespectful people. What if he went from being punished to becoming the punishment?
The Punisher.
The punishment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's not the Punisher. He's freaking.
I know. I
he's
perked
a
up there
goblin.
for a second.
He's a goblin. Perk up for this whole thing.
No,
Pour my heart out over here. You perk up for a word I didn't even say? He became the punishment. So he embodied what happens.
What the Is the Mothman?
What the fuck was that? Timestamp that. 53 minutes and 20 seconds. Oh, he looked like he was like 12 foot tall. He's fine. We'll do an episode on him. So really, just in the basis of folklore, stories like this tend to survive in places where history and folklore blur together. In older parts of Pennsylvania, where towns are small enough for stories to spread faster than records can be kept, and where forests still made up more of the world than roads did. And over time, stories didn't stay sleeping or disappear. They evolve. Details get added, interpretations shift. The monk becomes more specific. The transformation becomes more vivid. The forest becomes more active. And what may have started as a moral story of corruption slowly becomes something harder to recognize. So, Corey, what are your final thoughts on the Goblin Monk of Easton?
I'm leaning towards my theory that I said about some type of demonic presence leaving one of the people that went to talk with him and, entering him, possessing him, and then ultimately him just gradually letting this thing take over his body and, leading to what happened. I do have a question for you.
Okay.
And you probably didn't, but did you dig into it all, like monks and what happens to them if they don't follow through with everything that they're,
No, I didn't look too much into.
I was just curious. I was just curious if there was anything like this that tries to scare them from, you know, leaving or going against whatever their beliefs are. Wasn't sure.
No, I didn't look too much into it because I think my mind was kind of just made up that this was more of a cautionary tale.
Yeah.
Probably not just for the monks, but for an actual town. One, to just not even do the things that you can be manipulated by. Don't do the things that you keep inside, these secrets and stuff like that. But also, like, you can't just put all your trust into somebody just because they claim to be a man of God, because you don't actually know that that's what they are.
Yeah, and I wonder if during this time, if there was anything in this town going on, or like big scandals or anything that came
Easton
out.
bats, black magic.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you when they started making. Was this pre-bats or?
Oh, this was 1700, so that was during bats, aluminum bats. So they made the black magic back then.
Yeah,
or early 1800s. The thing was there to freaking kill goblins. That's how it started.
That's how it started.
I looked that up.
Goblin killer.
That's how the whole company started, as a goblin killing device.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
So there you go.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all. So do you don't think that this actually happened? You think it was just a created tale to scare folks?
I think certain aspects of it did happen. I don't know if he turned into the goblin or things like that. Could he have? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. There's no real evidence to say that he didn't. I just lean more towards a pissed off town that was mad that somebody took advantage of them, and they wanted to send a message to anybody else that was going to take advantage
everybody
of them.
After us.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Like, if you mess with us, you're going to turn into a freaking goblin and run into the woods and live life with freaking tusks.
Yeah, don't fuck up the way we fucked up.
So good luck getting that dog in you when you got tusks.
Yeah.
But with that, we're doing a folklore score on the son of a bitch. Let's do it.
I'm feeling pretty good about this one, though.
Feeling frisky.
Yeah. All right, we're back from that folklore score. We're fixing to count these bad boys up and see what we got.
We sure the F are. If you don't know what our folklore score is, we got 5 categories. We do one score 1 to 10 on each of them. We take our best possible score, which would be 50. We take our score,
smush them
together, and they see if they can make the folklore scoreboard. Number 1 up there is Bell Witch. I don't think she's getting touched this week. At the bottom is Dibbit Box. I don't think it's getting touched this week. So,
all right, spookiness.
Let's unveil our score. Is this your first time?
Yeah.
Do you have a 23? Do you have a 23? I can feel it. I can feel Michael Jordan energy on you.
There's no way you saw that.
I can feel Michael Jordan energy on you.
Fuck.
What do I have?
23.
No, 21.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got that Sammy Sosa energy.
Yeah. What the?
I can just feel it, dude.
I wrote that before. I scribbled and stuff.
I can feel it. I'm telling you. I can, like, there's a sense in me that can just read your mind.
I freaking hate you.
Your freaking cheesy mind.
I'm giving a 50 next time.
All right, so for spookiness, I gave it a 5.
I'm not telling you what I got.
I see you all these right.
I got a 4.
4, yeah. I thought it was right in the middle, kind of, you know? For historical cultural significance, I gave it a 3.
I gave it a 5.
Yeah, I could see that. Believability, I gave it a 2.
I gave it a 5. I liked it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't mean it's believable. What's that logic?
Like,
I'll tell you what, I didn't believe nothing on it, but it was freaking cool. Like, so 5.
I believed that it could be.
All right, that's all I need from you.
Yeah.
Uniqueness, I gave it a 7.
I gave it a 5 just because you talked about a monk before and we talked about goblins before.
Have we talked about goblins before?
The Christmas goblins.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about them.
Yeah.
They're all-time lowest score, aren't they? Did we just talk about them? Or like just you and me afterwards, yeah.
Yeah.
29 for folklore score.
But I liked them.
Yeah, I like them too.
Those little son of a bitches.
Threat level, I gave them a 4.
I gave it a 4.
I figured you gave it a 5. You were on a 5 kick there for a while.
I was on a 5 kick, so I had to do a 4.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So the 21 and a 23, so what's that, 44? 44, not good enough to make the board, but folks, believe it or not, that's our first 40 we've ever had on the cast.
There he is, folks.
So, with our first 40, we'll pop some champagne, we'll celebrate, we'll all have a good old time. If you liked what you heard, had fun with us, make sure to join us every Tuesday, because we're going to bring you a new episode. And if you want a little smidgy of an episode, make sure to join us on Thursdays, except for our interview one. They're long. Is what it is. But yeah, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And I'm Crack Daddy Mike. I'm out of here.
I'm the BK Corey. I'm out. Mike's dumb.
Corey, stupid, 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 Corey, stupid.
Join the quest with cracking cans. You'll find the best.